The world of destiny is a world filled with unquestionable beauty as well as imminent danger. At times, this danger is only hinted at. The truth may be masked behind layers of ambiguity. Many guardians have their powerful gazes focused among the stars to observe the arrival of the darkness. While that danger is very real, there is another equally pressing danger. Someone very close to us. Someone with motivations and machinations that are not of this world. Someone that prefers to manipulate and operate from behind the shadows. I'm talking about
Fenchurch Eververse.
Who did you think we were talking about? Savathun? Have you ever considered that they're one and the same? What do we know about Savathun? We know that she operates from the shadows. We know that she is the queen of deception, and that her motivations are to disorient and misdirect in order to protect herself from discovery. Her primary goal is to prevent the final shape, also known as extinction. You might be wondering, how does this relate to Fenchurch Eververse? Eververse is a male. Savathun is female. How does that make sense? Why am I watching this video? Did you know that the Hive are gender fluid and can pick and choose their gender as they see fit? By changing gender, Savathun has set up shop within inches of Vanguard operations. Now let's take a few steps back. Who is Fenchurch? Where did he come from? Fenchurch is a guardian that conveniently has no memory of his life prior to being brought back. He took up the name of Eververse and started the Eververse Trading Company. Why? To gain wealth and renown? No. Fenchurch created Eververse to hide in plain sight. Fenchurch has had a direct confrontation with Zavala and was kicked out of the tower. We have no record of his appearance and no details on the confrontation. What if Zavala kicked Fenchurch out because Fenchurch was in possession of ancient Hive tablets? Now let's think about Eververse. What currency is made available to us to buy these collections of curiosities and treasures? Bright dust. Bright dust sure looks a lot like powdered crystal. The same type of crystal that appeared in Savathun's song. Savathun is using primitive dyes to mask the scent and appearance of this so-called bright dust. However, it is and always will be crystallized and powderized guardian light. Now, this light we earn by completing an endless string of bounties. Bounties so mundane and repetitive by nature that it leaves the Guardians mentally dull and incapable of resisting the subtle mental manipulations that are transpiring before our very eyes. This was only made worse by the curiosities including ornaments. What is an ornament? A harmless way of changing an item's appearance? Or is it deceptive Hive technology hinting at an ever-present danger? Is it by coincidence or cruel intention that there are legendary weapon ornaments made available just days before the light abandons them? If we are to believe that guns, armor, and even our very ghosts can undergo appearance transformations by using this Eververse technology, what is stopping Fenchurch from doing the same? Let's take this one step further. Let's evaluate these very engrams, which change seasonally with newer, updated, sought-after content. Guardians don't want to look like they've been outfitted at a thrift store, so they cash in their bright dust to get the newest look. But what happens next is truly evil. What seems like a simple and harmless cosmetic change is truly nefarious in nature. Not only are we allowing Fenchurch to alter the appearance of our ghosts, but we are now allowing him to project Hive runes directly from our source of power. As guardians increase their light level, the light emanating from our ghost is also increased. However, if we are amplifying our light, we are also amplifying these projections. While we gain in power, Eververse has been channeling our light directly to Savathun to help her create her throne world. What about the Traveler? What better way to ensure that we get strong enough to drain energy from while remaining weak enough to be conquered? I can't think of another way other than direct intervention within the Traveler himself. Fenchurch Eververse is the only living creature to have made their way inside of the Traveler. He's even been quoted to describe it as smelling of vanilla. He made their way inside of the Traveler to use hive runes to suppress and control the amount of light made available to us. Why else would our light level be slowly increased season after season? Savathun is fattening us up for slaughter like a bunch of Christmas hams. Savathun states, I am Sothona, middle daughter of the dead king. I will take back my home and eat the mother jelly. I will raise my spawn on the corpse of the helium king. On my right eye, I promise this. My final argument goes back to the very definition of Eververse itself. The word ever means at all times, or always. The word verse means writing arranged with a metrical rhythm, often appearing in poetry or song. Do you know what else has verses of being everlasting? The books of sorrow. Do you know what else contains verses? Songs.
Savathun song.
For the Daily Dawn, this is Hathematics reminding you that every time you die without using your super, a sweeper bot loses its broom.